Hey guys, it's Coach Scott again, and let's go ahead and continue our worksheet 4D. And let's go ahead and continue with that first problem and see if we can't figure out how many grams of CO2 we'll produce theoretically whenever we have the reactants in A. So if you go back in here, we've got this formula, C7H16 plus 11 moles of O2 yields 7 moles of CO2 plus 8 moles of water. All right, so let's go ahead and use the given because we know that's right. And the given was 0.4782 grams of O2 gas. So let's put that in here. Okay, give me a nice little pencil marker. Let's go blue right there. There you go. Got the little crazy ball right there. All right. So I've got, that was fine. All right, let's go with green. There we go. All right, don't need that anymore. Yeah. All right, so I've got 0.4782 grams of O2 gas. Okay, and that's going to, we need to know how many moles, always. And we can go ahead and just take that one down from up there. There's 1 mole O2. And really, since we just did that, we probably don't have to do this again. But of course, we do want to show our work. So I'm going to divide through by 1 of grams of O2. And you can see what we're doing there. And then we just, I'm not going to hit the calculator again. I don't have to. All right. If I was right the first time, I guess this could be a good little check to see, to make sure I hit my calculator right. But in the interest of times, let's not worry about it. Moles O2. Okay. And it's asking for the amount of CO2 we make. So let's see what we got here. 11 moles of O2. Okay, so we've got to get what we got there. We got to go take that through there, and we had 7 moles of CO2. All right, so I've got 0.01495 moles O2. All right, if I multiply that by the ratio, it was, so we'll check again, 11 moles O2. And the important thing to remember here, guys, is always make sure you have a balanced reaction. They give you grams, convert to moles, and that's 7 moles CO2. Convert to moles, and then run your moles to the mole ratio. CO2. So that's going to be 0.01495 times 7 divided by 11. And there I've got, let's see what I got here. I got 0.0095. We'll do 4 sig figs. 114 moles CO2. I could combine all these reactions in true dimensional analysis. Let's go step by step. I think it'll be easier for most of y'all to see. So I've got my moles of CO2 now, moles of CO2. So now I need grams of CO2. So I've got 0.009514 mole CO2. Okay, and then we'll multiply that by the molecular mass, or the gram molecular weight, or the gram atomic weight. 1 mole CO2. And that should be about 44, but let's do it upright. All right, because we're going to be good. Oop. What happened? Let me get the periodic table. There we go. So hydrogen is 1.008. I'm sorry, we're looking at carbon and oxygen. Carbon doesn't even come into play. Drop my pen. So we have 1 carbon, 12.011, plus 2 times 15.999. So the molar mass is 44, is officially, I don't know what I just did there, 44.009 grams of CO2 are in 1 mole CO2. So multiply that times 0.009514, and I come up with, wow, that's a lot of compared to the other one. That's a lot. 0.4187 grams of CO2. So here it asks if the percent yield in the reaction in A is 45%, how many grams of carbon dioxide will actually be produced? Theoretical yield is 0.4187. 0.4187. So what is actually produced? 45% of that. So how do we do that? How about this? 0.4187 grams CO2, and what I'm going to do is multiply by 0.45, or 45%, because that was the actual yield. Oops. And I got 0.18884 grams of CO2. So some questions to ask, or I'd be asking, is why is the yield only 45%? What happened to all that other carbon dioxide? And those are questions that you guys need to be thinking about as we move on. But you see that C is not a very hard question, right? After you do A and B, you should be able to get the percentage of, or the number of grams from the percent after you know what the actual yield is, right? 45%, not a great yield. Some reactions, that's good. So anyway, we just worked problem 1 of homework 4D, worksheet 4D, and we'll be talking about this more this week. Thank you guys for your listening, and this is Coach Scott saying out, Red Devil Chemist.